Hey everybody, Ryan Jackson, and I want to welcome you to another session of meditations where we explore strategies for allowing more joy in our lives. I titled this talk, "The Moment is Never Coming, so Stop Chasing. Now is the time to live." I want you to think about the moments that you're waiting for to feel happy. It could be marriage. It could be getting a new job, maybe living in another country, creating a business that makes millions and millions of dollars. And respectfully, humbly, I just want to tell you to stop chasing those things because those moments will never come. Now, the experience may come. Those things may very well show up in your life. But the moment that all of a sudden this thing is going to give you the sense that everything is all in place, you're going to be happy forever, nothing else will go wrong, that moment is never coming. Years ago, I read a book by an astronaut, and he talked about his experience living on the space station, his experience going to outer space, and how it contrasted with his life on Earth. And he talked about that if your goal is to go to outer space, do not become an astronaut. Because the likelihood of you going to outer space as an astronaut is very, very low, and it may not happen. Probably won't. What you have to fall in love with as an astronaut is everything surrounding going to outer space. So doing research, supporting the astronauts that are in space, serving as a teacher for the general population, teaching them about the space station, about the solar system, on and on and on. You have to fall in love with all of the journey that may or may not lead you to outer space. But if you're waiting for that, you'll never be happy as an astronaut. And the same thing applies to our experiences here on Earth. If you are waiting for these things, you are always going to be waiting. Now, you may even get to space, but to take this analogy a little bit further, we all know the story of Buzz Aldrin, the second man to land on the moon. And he talked about in his memoir after the fact, after the moon landing, when he had come home, he suffered from depression, feelings of isolation, alcoholism, that landing on the moon did not bring him the sustaining happiness that he thought it would bring. So if landing on the moon, going all the way to outer space, doesn't bring everlasting fulfillment, what more can we expect from these experiences here on Earth? In my opinion, there's only really one way to find happiness, sustaining happiness here on Earth. Before we get into that, if you find this video helpful and you think others can benefit from it too, please like or subscribe. By doing so, you make sure that others who need this information receive it. I really appreciate it. So how do we find everlasting happiness, or the closest that we can get to it, if these things on the outside, if these experiences aren't going to bring it to us? How do we find it? And the answer is appreciation. Right here, right now, finding things about your life to appreciate it. Why? Because all we have is this moment. And this moment is going to be a reflection of the moment after. And the moment after is going to be extension of the moment after, and so on and so on. But it all starts with this moment. This moment can't be any better than the moments that are coming. Why? Because then this moment is how we practice feeling good, feeling appreciation, feeling love. So when those moments show up, when those experiences, when those moon landings show up, if we haven't yet practiced how to feel good and love and harmony here and now, it won't be any better when the moon landing happens, or you get that divorce, or you get that, or you get that marriage, or you get that car. That has to be practiced here and now. And all these things are just an added bonus to the harmony that you've sustained right here and right now. And a funny thing happens. Once we've learned how to appreciate this moment and feel good about our life as it is, we find that we don't need these other things, that they were just the middleman to our happiness. We have bypassed the middleman and found our happiness right here, right now. How do you do this practically? Literally every day, just sit down and write 3 things. Start with 3. Eventually you want to do more, but 3 things about your life that you appreciate. Studies have shown that just that simple practice can make you feel more joyous about life. I hope that was helpful. What do you think? Is that true for your experience? Let me know in the comments. Thanks so much for listening.